I'm going to be trying mushroom coffee every day, as I am a coffee drinker anyway. The only thing I don't like about coffee is the fact that when you stop drinking coffee, it gives you headaches. Like for me, I'm someone who likes to do everything very mindfully. So if my body is literally screaming at me, like my head's like pounding because I haven't given it something that isn't natural, to me that feels wrong. So like the idea of mushroom coffee, I've always been a bit drawn to for that reason, because it's more natural. But I also am someone who loves the taste of coffee. Obviously I'm not going to have coffee if I don't like it. It's a little bit of a ritual for me. Like making it is very like calming and grounding, and then the actual taste of it, it's warm, it's comforting. Personally, like before this experiment starts, I'm wondering whether it's going to be able to replace that feeling of like coffee. Yes, it's gonna have the warmth, that comfort's gonna be there, but like, is it just gonna taste like mushrooms? I just want to feel like this energy wise, but then drink my coffee because it tastes nice and it's part of my ritual. I physically cannot have my first coffee of the day without having at least a pint of water. So I wake up in the morning and I naturally do not want to put coffee near my lips. I don't want to smell coffee, I don't want to think about making a coffee until I've had like breakfast usually, and at least an hour awake and water. And then after that I'm kind of like sitting there. I know what will go down really nicely right now, a big mug of coffee. You know how you're kind of buzzed, so your focus is heightened, but then the buzz sort of takes over some of the focus, being like as good as it can be. Supposedly mushroom coffee gives you a more sharpened focus, so you can actually get more done, you're a bit more productive, and you can take things in a little bit more. Perhaps it's better for like actually learning things and letting them sit. Maybe you can stay focused on tasks a bit more. So that's another reason why I'm doing this as like a week-long experiment, because I will be working as soon as I've made this coffee. So whatever I say today is going to be relevant for what these guys in particular create. But that is because, and I will say this, I was sent these for free. They said to me, we don't expect anything of you, so they didn't expect me to even take a picture with them, and I'm making a whole video. And on their website they had loads of different options to choose from. Actually, I was a bit overwhelmed. There was like a beauty focused one, so one for like skin and looking like shiny and glowy, and obviously your girl wants to look as young as possible at all times. And then I got cacao Africa and South American blend. I've always wanted to try cacao drink. I see a lot of people I know drinking this, and I see it in a lot of videos I watch, but also because the benefits of this are supposedly for your skin as well, and also immunity, which we can all do with, and calm. And hot chocolates I tend to have for calmness anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had this for a while, but I've put it off a bit because I'm just a bit nervous. I don't know if like I'm scared. It's dairy-free, sugar-free, vegan, antioxidants, third-party tested, dual extract mushrooms, non-GMO, paleo, keto, and low-carb friendly. I can't pronounce those 3 types of mushrooms, but these are the 3 types of mushrooms this one in particular has. Oh, you can add milk and sweeten it if desired. Oh, partly why I was really nervous about this was because I thought, well, a lot of videos I've watched says that you can't add milk, or you have to add dairy-free milk, but I've just not been able to get on with anything else but cow's milk, and I hate the fact that I've just said that. I hate that it's the way I am, but I've tried it. I've tried lots of different milks, and everyone's going to give me suggestions in the comments and say, have you tried this milk? The answer is yes, I have, and I think it's disgusting. You can't get any more simple than putting a teaspoon of coffee in a mug and adding hot water. So buzzing about that, I am going to add the milk first because I don't want to burn the coffee with the hot water. That's a no-go in my world. I'm gonna start this journey with milk and maybe come off the milk further into the week. This is the thing, the smell is another thing that I take from my coffee drinking experience, and does that mean I'm gonna have to sacrifice that gorgeous, delicious morning smell? Maybe. It is very refined. That's actually something they were saying in a few studies I've read. I believe they are still trying to work out that if it's this far down the line from making it from mushrooms, do we know for sure if that's actually going to benefit us at this point? So that's interesting. Just eat your mushrooms as well. Like, That's how you know it's gonna get in your system. As a replacement, obviously, because this is a lot of people's rituals, they could very well be onto something with mushroom coffee. Oh wow, look at that. Oh god, is this gonna dissolve? I don't know. And I wait for the water to like cool down so it's not boiling hot, and then I also leave the milk with the coffee on the side, and I just like get on with my day and come back about 2 minutes later. That way this has basically become like coffee milk, and the kettle water's cooled down a bit so that it's not going to burn my coffee granules. Not gonna lie, this actually looks quite promising. I create my own little herbal teas, and if you add sugar into them, it gets rid of the benefits, so I use honey for those, so maybe I should do that for this. Delicious nutty undertones and a smoky aroma. So obviously I'm going to be checking this week to see if the 3 main claims this coffee says it's going to bring me is evident. I mean, I can't really test the immunity other than the fact that my partner's literally ill at the moment, so like if I don't catch that, then maybe, maybe it's the coffee. Maybe he should have some of this. Here goes. Interesting smell. A nutty aroma, hey? I'll be the judge of that one. Maybe I should have tried this without milk first to be the real judge of like how nutty this is, but to me it smells like a very weak coffee, to be honest. But that might just be because I added a load of milk. Maybe this brand's just better than the others that I've seen. Honestly, the first thought I'm having is what was everyone fussing about? And that's not me tooting the brand. I'm just generally saying a lot of other people have been moaning about the taste of it. I mean, it's nice. Like, how glorious is that sun? So I've been sitting by the window sipping on my little coffee and reflecting as my initial taste and experience, because that's going to likely change by the end of the week, and much like anything I've tried before, I want to get to the end of the week and be like, okay, I can't look back now. Or like there's been instances where I think, nah, I could never imagine, and then you sort of transition into certain things. I don't know whether this taste is going to feel the same in my brain, but also a lot of other people's. I think any company or person claiming to replace people's love for coffee is a very, very bold statement to make, because people's coffee means a lot to them. But not only that, their kind of morning ritual, or their like afternoon coffee, or some people even have them in the evening because it sort of separates the working day to like their chill time. And it's a big, bold statement to make. Unless you're someone who is mega health conscious, are you going to want to make that transition? Is it going to be easy for you? Unless you're that way inclined, like you have a lot of like organic stuff and you eat quite raw. It doesn't have that like coffee flavor kick. Not kick as an energy, but even like decaf, I feel like gives you a coffee kick. Even like coffee chocolate gives you that like flavor to it, and this doesn't have that. Like with everything, I'm willing to persist, see how I go, see what changes, but that's how I feel now, and I'll let you know, because I've got a lot to do today and I'm low on energy. I'll let you know if I actually feel the energy from this too, because I'm gonna need it today. Now, it being 5:45, just before now is probably the time when I'm craving my second coffee. Though I didn't feel like I actually had a coffee earlier, I don't actually have that feeling of like I'm gonna make another coffee. That might be because subconsciously I realised it was different. Like having another coffee doesn't mean the same as my usual coffee, which wasn't as delicious. So I will say energy levels went up, but like in a more like slower, graceful way. Whether that's going to stay the same, I might be making that up. I think a good experiment would be to go back to normal coffee after the mushroom coffee to see if I noticed any changes going back in. No headaches though. And yes, I have been actually thinking about it, focused today. So I've been editing for 6 whole hours now. So I'm going to stop working for a bit and I'm actually going to play some Palia. It's an absolutely adorable game. I mean, look at it. It's everything I've ever wanted in a game. I know that this isn't what this video is about, but I just needed to tell you. So yeah, there's your update for now. I'll see how my energy levels feel later on this evening. Hello, welcome back. Day 2. Surprise, by the way. I might look a little bit different. What could it be? Day 2 of the experiment. Yesterday, when I said that I didn't fancy another coffee, I never did have one in the end. And my energy levels slowly decreased as the day went on, and I actually slept really well. And I'm starting to crave a coffee now because I have had my breakfast. Slowly got up. Like I said, I need water and stuff. Because I'm really fancying a coffee, I'm wondering whether like I'm actually gonna feel like I've had one after this coffee. So I'm actually gonna make this one with a lot less milk this time. That will do. Mix this in. Okay, it does smell just a bit more like an actual coffee rather than yesterday's. That smelled just like milk. Okay, it is nicer when you use less milk, so actually it's nicer, stronger. In fact, tomorrow I might even try this without any milk at all. And bearing in mind I haven't used any sugar, considering I usually have like 2 teaspoons of sugar in my coffee now. It's quite good that I don't have to for this. So I'm intrigued to know whether my craving for coffee right now is going to go after this coffee's finished. That's the real test. So I've just tried this with barely any milk in it, and it's way too strong. Like I feel like that earthy, mushroomy taste is like too much. So I'm actually just going to be adding honey to combat that a little bit, hopefully, and this isn't going to be too naughty. Yesterday's coffee craving was curbed by this, but I don't know whether today's gonna be because I am slightly hungover, so I'm going to really need this today. Ooh. Hello, I've just got out of the shower, as you can probably tell. Sitting by the sunshine. Honestly, one of my favourite things about this time of year is like autumn sunshine. It's so nice. But in this country we don't get that often. That's probably why it feels so nice, because it's like a rarity. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. So I'm gonna be honest here. Yesterday I was really craving an actual coffee, and I'm staying dedicated to this weekly challenge. So I didn't obviously make a real coffee. I just didn't have any coffee. Like, I knew I could have had the mushroom coffee, but because I was craving a normal coffee, I was like, I don't want the mushroom because it's not going to be the same. Well, I was struggling yesterday with that, I won't lie. The energy levels though, like I much prefer how mushroom coffee makes me feel. There's no jitters and energy climbs, so it just doesn't have that coffee flavour. So I'm wondering if there's a way around this. Honestly, I just feel I do like the smell and the taste of real coffee, and I don't think that can really be replaced, if I'm honest. So I was just working over there and I thought to myself, I'm actually wanting the mushroom coffee taste. I was like, ooh, that's interesting because I'm enjoying it. I'm like wanting it again. Just remembered I put up, speaking of mushrooms, hanging mushroom fat ball bird feeder. Can you see that? In my little yard the other day. I will be honest, I have been adding sugar, which I don't even know if you're supposed to do, into the coffee this time around, and also my last coffee that I had, so maybe that's adding a little bit more to the enjoyment. However, on a plus side, I'm not needing as much sugar as I usually do. For my coffees, I have at least 2. Hello, it's the same day, it's about 4 hours later. Coffee was lovely. It's really weird. You know you're not drinking a coffee, you know you're not getting the coffee flavour that you kind of want, but then the feeling of wanting a coffee does go away after having it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I know this isn't necessarily on topic entirely, but I thought of all people, you guys watching this video would probably be quite interested in something I got sent today. This is actually a gift from a friend. She's so cool. She's an artist, she's a tattooist, and she's an author, because she's recently brought out a book. It's a very mindful book. Gentle reminder, take time for yourself today. So I thought I would open it in this video. Art is your voice, let it speak. Oh. Hello lovely Ellie, here is a copy of my book. I can hear her like voice as I'm reading this, is that weird? As well as an extra little gift for you. I hope you are well and having a gentle day so far. I believe these are called little sleeping souls. Oh my goodness. Universal feminine power expressed through the heart of Mother Earth. That's exciting. A new deck. I'll have to see how that is. And she's put a print in here. So she does like a lot of her work by intuition. How you just don't have rhyme or reason. You just sort of draw and you go in some sort of flow. And that's how she came up with a lot of her designs. And that is exactly what her new book is. Look at her little cool face. I love her. What if drawing could help you express and process your emotions? Oh, it smells gorgeous. I love, and I'm not even kidding you, journals are my jam. I have so many journals. I love writing in books. I just freaking love being told what to do by a book. Fear is often associated with the dark, so deliberately close your eyes and keeping them closed, draw something that symbolises fear for you on the opposite page. It can be as simple as you like. In my drawing below, I've represented fear as a simple black hole with a small black dot for eyes. Oh, that's cool. Basically, it's a way you can let your soul, unconscious, your subconscious, speak and say, hey, there's something that's sitting deep within you. Let's explore that. I can't wait to use this. Thank you so much if you're watching the deck as well. You are a little sausage and I can't wait to see you soon. Whee! So I'm back. It is 20 to 10 in the evening, which is a very late time for me to be drinking coffee, but I want to do an experiment. I may regret these words tomorrow, who knows.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But in theory, I shouldn't, because that is the whole point of this coffee. It's not supposed to peak your energy as coffee does. So not only am I having a coffee at this time of the evening, I'm also trying it black because I haven't yet done that.
Honey, you've got a big storm
smells
coming.
Actually more like a coffee would. This is probably the way you're supposed to have it, to be honest with you, but I'm not entirely convinced.
Honey?
Oh, that's hot. Ooh. It's extra earthy. I feel like this is the kind of drink they would drink in Palia. They would forage some mushrooms and stick it on the stove. Am I going to be up all night in bed? Hopefully not. And hopefully I won't wake up feeling cranky as well, because if I have coffee late, sometimes I can't sleep and then I wake up cranky. It's not a good party for everyone involved. Editing Ellie here. Do not underestimate the energy that you get from mushroom coffee. Just because it doesn't give you the jitters and the same sort of like intense climb that normal coffee does, it still packs a punch. It's still got energy in it. Like it's going to make you feel active, even if it's not the same kind of artificial kind of feeling that coffee and things like energy drinks will give you. So I didn't sleep that night, and you'll notice from the next clip the next clip coming up, which I believe was the day after the morning after. So like I had a day where I didn't drink coffee and then I got back onto the mushroom coffee, and you'll tell like I'm just tired looking. It messed up my sleeping routine, which was so stupid of me because it was on a roll. I just got a bit cocky. Luckily it was the weekend, so it wasn't as bad, but nonetheless it messed it up. And that's my warning to you. Don't try that experiment. And I guess it just does prove that you do get energy from this drink. It's not placebo. At least I don't think it is. I mean, I was in bed, like my mind was racing and my eyes were like just wanting to like open instead of just relax. Good morning. Honesty hour. I'm not gonna lie, I was going to cave in and have my first coffee of the week because I really felt like I needed it. I just don't have energy. Actually, what makes I think you cave in and actually have a coffee is wanting that energy spike more than maybe the taste of coffee. Like I've been wanting the taste of coffee all week, but that hasn't actually made me give up and go get a coffee. Whereas what's making me want to give up is actually having that like strong peak of energy, like that boost. So I was like, I'm just gonna have one. I've done almost a week, it's fine. Then I realized what day it was and I was like, I I've literally got less than 24 hours left for this challenge to be complete. It is day 7, so I felt like it would be kind of stupid to give up on the last final day. So even though I really want one, and actually it'll be interesting to know what happens when I do have one again. Maybe I'll put that somewhere at the end of this video. I believe I didn't have a coffee at all yesterday. There's been a couple days in this challenge where I haven't even had any. Today is the last final day of the challenge. Here goes to the last one. Finally, we reach the end of this experiment. Firstly, it's actually been a little while since doing the week experiment because, drumroll please, very ironic drumroll please, I got ill. I can't retest the immunity other than the fact that my partner's literally ill at the moment, so like if I don't catch that, then maybe it's the coffee. And Adam made the point as to say like it won't improve your immunity that quickly. I might have been more ill, who knows, if I wasn't drinking mushroom coffee that week. I just found it incredibly ironic how I couldn't finish this video because I got really ill, like not even just like a little bit of a cold, I was like flu ill. I mean, it's still kind of there. It's been such a long time now, but it hit me while I was on holiday. I took it as like a message to mean like rest, because I was going to work while on holiday, as I always do. I film everything, but my body was like, nah. Because I've actually edited this video up now, in hindsight, I'm looking back at it and I'm thinking, the coffee does look kind of bland, does look kind of boring for people who make proper coffees. You might think, oh, well, that would be so much nicer if you had something like a frother or like coffee machine, something that just makes the experience a bit nicer, maybe even using cream and stuff. But I not only make my coffees very basic, I'm not a coffee connoisseur. I actually feel like it's better to kind of like experiment with something in a very basic form. Considering I didn't add anything, just milk, I think it's done a good job at the end of the day. If you want to enhance the experience, get yourself a frother and other things to kind of heighten that experience, is my point anyway. Though I will say I have been back to coffee. Well, I didn't want coffee when I was ill, and I got better, made a coffee, kind of forgot about the fact I'd just been doing an experiment the week prior, and I sat down, took a sniff, took a sip, and I was like taken aback by how friggin' delicious it was. I'm not gonna lie. What is in this coffee? I put it down to me like just making it like nice, like maybe the temperature was perfect and the sugar combination was perfect, something. But no, I then remembered, oh yeah, I've been on mushroom coffee for like a while. But I will say mushroom coffee is probably what you need rather than what you want. It's better for you, let's be real. It makes you feel better. It's at the end of the day, if I was to look back and say, would I rather be like this Ellie who has mushroom coffee or this Ellie who has normal coffee? I'd rather be the first one because it makes me feel a certain way. But then at the end of the day, the actual experience is nicer with normal coffee, like drinking it is delicious. So I might have to just get decaf coffee and be done with it. Because going back to normal coffee was freaking delicious. I'm not gonna BS you and just do a like false review. That's how I felt. Maybe you've tried different mushroom coffees that are nicer, or you make it in different ways. If you've got any tips and advice, then please let me know in the comment section below. I didn't even like the cacao drink that I bought either. I mean, it's not a hot chocolate. It's not a hot chocolate, and I was a bit shocked. I prefer the coffee more. The hot chocolate is like the cacao is deceiving because it's like you think it's going to be like hot chocolate, but it's absolutely not. So I didn't like that at all. Feel free to leave like discussions, like chat about this sort of stuff in the comments if this is a regular thing for you and you like it. It's still an experiment for me. I don't know how often I'm going to have it, how I'm going to work with it. Thank you so much for watching though. If you enjoyed this, do give me a thumbs up so I know to make more content like this one. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, subscribe to my channel to be notified every time I make a brand new video. I'm on social media such as mostly Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and I have tarot readings. If you want to book a tarot reading with me, feel free to do so. Just DM me on any of my social medias or just message me on my tarot reading Facebook, or you can use my email address down there. Loads of love, have a lovely week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!